Hey everybody, Kerry's here from Babs Speed Warehouse, and I am bored, so I'm going live today. I put up a link in the comments section. I'm putting it up now, so you can see what our great deal of the deals are. We've got a lot of deals right now, and if you click and go over to it, you can see what we have going on. We've got some amber that's really, really nice. Let me go and see if I can pull it up here. I love this. Look at this. That's some nice amber. And I like that it's rough on the outside. I don't know if you can see that, and polished on the edges. It really is a nice look. And it's got one of those amber clasps that you just unscrew. So that's about 16 inches. And this is on sale for $35. It was $80 a strand. I only have one. Seeing if anybody's interested. It's our last one. A lot of the deals that we do is older merchandise, or we had a lot of it and we have a few left, and it's time to move on to something else. So you'll see a lot of those deals. The coolest deal, I think, right now that I've got is this is blue lace agate, and this stuff's been getting really expensive. Let's see if I don't want to move around too much. There we go. This is 6mm. Really, really nice. 18 inches. I've got these for $20 a strand. And if you know anything about blue lace agate, that is a fantastic deal. It also made up a bunch of pearl earrings, pearl stud earrings. So if you're looking for some pearl studs, I've got some pearl studs. Very nice. Very, very pretty. And we match them up pretty nice for you. They're 8 to 8.5mm. Got a great deal on those. One of the deals from yesterday was on the spiny oyster. That deal's still up. These are pretty heavy beads. You have the inside of the shell. The inside of the shell will be the white, and the outside of the shell. Very pretty color. Very, very pretty. And nobody wanted the opal ring. We have that on sale for $50. It's genuine opal. Sterling silver. I don't know how well you can see it in there. Who knows? If you've got any questions, I'm here to answer them. So I'm just going to hang out here, see if anybody comes in, and we can answer some questions. See, we love you guys. I'm trying to, I got so much stuff going on here. Let's see. Don't save. We can do clapping hands. Yay! So if you ever have any questions and I'm live about the jewelry industry, you would be surprised at what I know, and I'm surprised at what I don't know of the jewelry industry. And I think we talked about Sunday. I've got a friend of mine coming in, and we're going to talk about the jewelry industry. We're going to talk about gemstones. We're going to talk about Tucson. Has anybody been to Tucson, to the Tucson show? I think I first did the Tucson show, in the late 1980s. We were one of the first tool dealers down there. We were a tool dealer as well as beads, but on the road we did tools and supplies. And those of you that crimp, here's a story for you. I met a guy named Scott Ari from Ari Imports. This was, I'm pretty sure, the late 80s. And he was showing me these cool pliers that he invented that crimped beads for the jewelry industry, bead crimping pliers. And that is the bead crimping pliers, the standard one that everybody uses today. I know there's some new ones that have come out, but he invented that first one, and we were one of the first companies to sell it. and that was in the 80s. So that was pretty cool. Um, we sold a lot of them, a lot. Before, we weren't really using crimp beads. When I started beading, I guess it was in 1981 is when I started beading. Um, we 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 didn't use the wire. We didn't use Tiger Tail. Tiger Tail was around. It was a three wire coated nylon. We didn't use that. We used thread. Most of the stuff we did was knotted. Even regular beading, we knotted it or we just strung it. And you would take the thread, you would loop it around the last bead, you would loop it around the clasp and back through the last bead and tie it into a knot. And that's how we did all of that way back. And we were doing a lot of really nice gemstones back then. We were doing lapis, garnet. Back then, freshwater pearls were starting to first come out. Rice pearls. You guys know rice pearls. They're dirt cheap now, right? They're like, I don't know, $5, $8, $10 a strand. When we did it, it cost us. Our cost was $40 a strand for rice pearls. And Akoya, that's your saltwater pearls, round pearls that were horrible. And when I say horrible, pits and peels and just yuck, they were $125 a strand wholesale. And they were awful, absolutely awful. So, yeah, that was when I first got into it. If I remember, in 1979, I was at Rutgers in college. My parents opened their jewelry store, and there was a show in New York City, and Rutgers is real close to New York City, and they asked me to go to New York City to the show. I had credentials on me and pick them up a strand of pearls. Now, it wasn't a cash and carry show, so it's not like I could just buy it and send it. They wouldn't let you do that. I had no idea. I was so green-eyed. I was 19 years old, had no idea what the heck I was doing. So I went, and I found a guy selling pearls, and they were $120 a strand. And this is in 1980s money, 1979's money. And I thought it was for the whole hank. I was like, some of our newbie customers, wasn't that price for all of them? And it was awful. It was absolutely awful. And I wound up walking away. Well, the pearl business has come a long way. Fresher waters have gotten round and beautiful and not so expensive. Rice pearls are cheap, real cheap. If I wanted to buy like a ton of rice pearls, they'd probably cost me $3 a strand, $4 a strand. Not something we carry. So we carried all. But back then, getting back to it, we would do like lapis or malachite. We would do garnet, and we would add freshwater pearls, the rice pearls to it. We'd add a little 14 karat gold, maybe multiple strand twists. And I think we would sell them for maybe $100, $125. Gold was really, really cheap back then. Really cheap. And the necklaces were really pretty. They were fun. They were pretty. The quality of the beads were really nice. We were buying our beads. Where were we getting them from back then? I know I was getting lapis from a company called DC Incorporated in Hawaii. They're still around. They don't do beads anymore. But they started in 1981. I started in 1981. And I saw them at a wholesale gift show in Miami. I think my parents knew who they were. And back then, they were mainly beads and sculptures. And DC, if you're watching this, you're probably not watching this. I know Dewey, you're in Hong Kong, and Christina, you're in Hawaii. If you're watching this, we appreciate our relationship all those years. They got out of the bead business, and he started making gold rings with gemstones. And to this day, they still make the same type of gold ring with gemstones. the type, the waterfall, the sprays, that kind of thing. But yeah, that was really quality. And there was a company back then, I don't know if they're around anything anymore, called Bartholomew. And Bartholomew used to do the black onyx, malachite, lapis, garnet, 14 karat gold. So we were kind of doing the same type of beading for a lot less money. So that's the humble starts of the beading business. I'll back this up a little bit. I think I talked about this before. I was a dealer in Atlantic City, blackjack, baccarat, and craps dealer in Atlantic City, and my parents really wanted me to get out of it, and I kind of did it was fun, but it was getting out of control, just my life. And my parents invited me to come down and have a showcase in their store. As long as it was, as long as what I was selling was not what they were selling, and they were selling mostly gold and silver. Well, maybe not much silver, mainly gold. Gold was cheap back then. Gold was real cheap. So I had a showcase, and I sold beads and silver. Used to make beaded necklaces. Didn't sell beads like we do today. We're totally different. We're selling beads for you to make. Before, the beads that I did were beads that I made into jewelry for the customers. Those of you that have been down this area, you would know the location. It was underneath the rooftop restaurant, which that building doesn't exist anymore. But that's my humble beginnings of coming down. And then I went through a lot of different iterations of the jewelry industry, from selling colored stones to selling diamonds to selling casting, having a casting operation. A casting means we would make semi-mounts for diamonds. We would cast them in gold. We would make charms. We sold to the regional office of Zales in Tampa for their stores on the West Coast. We'd sell them nautical charms that we made, and we'd also sell them gemstones. When they were going to have remount events, they would give out our gemstones, and so people will feel obligated. They make a purchase, they get a gemstone, and then they feel obligated to have the gemstone mounted at the next remount event. That was pretty cool. That all stopped with one of their bankruptcies. So I've got a lot of history in the business, from inventing a tool called the Pavetron for the jewelry industry, to manufacturing gold charms, semi-mounts, casting, doing repairs, selling jewelry tools, importing, just about everything that you've seen in the jewelry industry. I've had my hands in, and that's why if you have any questions, I'm more than happy to help you with it. I'm going to give you the honest answer, maybe not the answer you want, but I'm going to give you the answer of what it is, of what the deal is. I'm not going to say you spend money where you don't need to spend money on. If you're looking to know what the value of something is, I'm going to give you the value. If you need cash today, that doesn't mean I'm buying it. I'm just going to tell you what it's worth. Or if you're looking to appraise it, to get an idea of value, if you should insure it or not, we'll give you an honest opinion. We do have somebody local that does written appraisals for insurance companies, and we could send you to them. So when we are doing repairs now, I've got a great guy that does jewelry repairs for us and for a few other people. So if you wanted to bring by your gold repair, we can do sizings, retippings, or replacement of stones. We could even go and help design a piece for you if that's what you're looking for. So I probably am talking to myself a bit here. I'm not seeing any eyes in here, but I don't know if this software is correct about that. So, hey, subscribe. You know why people ask you to subscribe a lot? Let's talk YouTube. The more subscribers, the more eyeballs we get. The more eyeballs we get when YouTube lays advertising on it. If we have enough subscribers, and enough impressions and enough hours of people watching our videos, then we share in ad revenue when they put the ads there. And we're in the city. We have plenty of subscribers to be monetized that way. We still need to put our hours in. We're about 300 hours short of the 4,000 hours people watching our videos for a year. So that's why people tell you, please subscribe, please like. It helps the algorithm to get more eyeballs. You get more eyeballs, you get more advertising. And not that we'll get a lot of money when we do get to those 4,000 hours. We're not one of those big channels or one of those crazy channels like Mr. Beast. We're not Mr. Beast. And if you really want to watch a guy that knows how to do YouTube, Mr. Beast is the person that's incredible what he does on YouTube and his charitable foundations, as well as his crazy videos. So there's his suggestion, Mr. Beast. Well, I've killed my boredom. I've got to put eye drops in my eyes in another 17 minutes. And I've got inflammation in my eyeballs that have been creating some really bad eye issues. More than you need to know. But every 2 hours, I need to put drops in my eyes. And if you've never done that before, and in my 63 years, this is the first time I've had to put eye drops in my eyes. I miss a lot. This stuff ain't cheap, and I miss a lot. So Babs does it while she's with me. She drops the eye drops into the eyeballs. And if she's not with me, I got to do it myself. And I'm getting good at it. I could be better, but sometimes I miss and it hits my cheek. Well, that's it. I'm going to sign off. I'm going to end the stream there. And remember on Sunday, noon to 1, somewhere around there, we're going to be live with Michael. So you guys have a great day. This has been fun. I really enjoyed this. I hope those of you who watched this, if anybody is watching this, enjoyed it also. End stream.